Did you see that video where Jake's like, mate, only time anyone's fucking looking for you on Google is when I'm talking about you. Look at Dylan Dennis, he's in prison. That'll be you if you don't take this.
It's a great thing because he put a thing up where he showed the analytics as well.
Oh,
didn't
mate.
It's like the only time you spike is when I mention you.
Oh, God. It really,
Brilliant.
this is the thing about...
I think that Tommy Fury's scared of him. I honestly think he's scared of him.
Once this fight, like, it's almost as a male pride thing. It's like, if you don't fight him, you can walk around and kid yourself, I guess. Because if you're a Fury family member and you go in there and get beat by a YouTuber, with the way the Fury family conduct themselves and talk about themselves,
Yes,
you don't want to bring that kind of
Family name,
Can I ask?
shame, really, innit?
Do you think it also goes the opposite? I don't mean you're wrong, but what I'm saying is, you know when you see him posing in a Liverpool bar or whatever with his top off in front of all those girls and he's loving it and stuff. I thought that was a bit weird. I was a bit like, you look a bit like
Mate, what is he fucking playing at? Let's be honest. Clout.
Whenever you watch him, you think obviously he can see the use of Jake Paul. Jake Paul is useful.
Yeah.
He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who's willing to do the time and put in the miles to get to the top. He's just like, I just need to go straight to the top. And it does feel a bit like Jake Paul is a fast forward for that.
This is the thing. Tommy Fury is a flash in the pan. Tommy Fury is not going to have a great boxing career. This is his chance to grab the bag while it's in his face.
Right.
The old "don't look a gift horse in the mouth" springs to mind big time. And the way Jake Paul broke it all down for him, it's like, this is what happens when you get a young media mogul talking to a kid who is an okay puncher. You know, the brains difference on these two lads. And I know people don't like Jake Paul, but the motherfucker became a multimillionaire as a teenager for a reason.
I know, but I wouldn't call Tommy a multimedia.
Well, you know, we'll give him that because he was on.
He was on Love Island, wasn't he?
Yeah, do you know what though? I was disgusted with the language that he used, Tommy. Did you hear the way that he just totally disregarded £1 million? It's like you are a complete to talk and belittle that level of money.
Especially when you know not one of his purses have been near.
Bro,
Yeah.
I went to the boxing gym the next day. We were talking about it. I was like, mate, you've had fucking 100 times
Frank Warren ain't giving
the
him that shit.
experience that he's had, and he's knocking back £1 million as if it's
Do you know
nothing.
I DM'd him about that? I'm not even joking. I sent him a DM. I was so angry.
What did you say?
I'll show you. I was so angry.
Rory's got history, by the way, for DMing quite a few people.
I love you, Rory.
DM Logan Paul once.
It just totally infuriated me. I just thought, who is this bloke? Because I don't really care about him. I don't really know who
Most
he is.
disrespectful. Like the £1 million,
said that.
that's a lot of money.
What did you say? Read it.
I
What did you
said,
say?
bruv,
In the tone.
you've got to stop referring to £1 million as nothing. It's such a horrible look, clown.
Clown.
So,
True words were never
True, innit?
spoken.
yeah, as an actual boxer, Loz, you know, you've talked on this show about fighting for nothing, trying to hustle, sell those tickets, and then you've got a guy who's literally got barely any real boxing background by comparison to yourself, and he's talking about £1 million being something that, oh well, you know, this is pittance to me.
I mean,
Disgusting.
also, it's a disgrace because if you're not scared, you think, £1 million, this is the easiest payday of my life, let's go. And it's like, bro, you shook.
That's exactly what I said. I said he's coming from a fighting family, and that's like the way his dad talks about him. Just he would absolutely destroy him. So if it's going to be that easy, why wouldn't he just take that £1 million, which is obviously
And the Fury family, the one thing they've always been saying is
Not about the money. Yeah.
And the way he went on, it's like, you are scared. Like, I can see it all over. Because your dad's got all this faith in you, and if you go in there and get smoked off a YouTube kid, that's it for you. You're never going to be the boxer that you thought you were going to be. But the point is, though, is the only big payday he's ever really had was off Jake Paul. Jake Paul literally done him a favour.
Of course he did.
And now Jake Paul's offering to times that by 4 and go, come on then, you're the big Fury man, you're the one who everyone says I'm going to lose to. And actually, Jake, for whatever people think about him, hate him, love him, whatever, he's shown balls there. He's called his bluff, and he's went, here we go, let's make it happen. And if not, I'm never going to speak about you
And
again.
I really hope he sticks to that.
Yeah.
I really hope that Jake Paul sticks to that. I think that Tommy Fury's clearly intimidated, clearly a buck. The fact that Tommy...
By the way, if you sneeze up,
the fact that
say
Tommy...
it's true.
The fact that the Paul... what's he called?
Jake.
Paul. The fact that he said...
What's he Paul?
He
Sean
said,
Paul.
I will never...
John Paul.
Blue Panther.
I don't really care what people...
He was- yeah, totally, Rebecca. But yeah, he's gone. I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you this offer. I'm going to offer you £1 million. I'm going to give you this one opportunity. And if you don't take it, I'm never talking about you again. I never want to hear from you again. Go away. I really hope that he is true to his word there. He gives him this opportunity, puts £1 million
Just
on
to
the
bring
table.
something else to the table and to long out the clip. We obviously all agree that Tommy shook. Yeah. Shook
Jake.
one's part 3. We agree, yeah? All right. So now let's pretend he's not shook. Could this be a potential negotiating tactic or something that
How much
is
more do
gonna,
you want,
are they
bro?
going to keep building up? Because also Jake knows the game. So could they be in the process of building something?
So he may have been playing that game. Jake Paul just said, "Oh, this ain't a game, bro.
Yeah.
Here's your chance. One more opportunity to say yes now, otherwise I'm moving on, just like I did to Dylan Dennis, because I'm the money fight. You're the lucky bastard I've just picked. Don't forget that. Yeah. You know, Love Island in 10 years." It'll be a whole. It'll be like, remember Tommy Fury? Jake Paul's still going to be here in 10 years. I know people might not agree. Whatever. He is going to be
gonna be
here.
Mr. Molly May?
He may not be a boxer in 10 years. He may be something else. He'll be very rich in 10 years because what he's built is not a breakable thing. It's a brand. It's going to stick around. Tommy Fury is an ant to Jake Paul in the grand scheme of his story that he's putting together. This kid was a millionaire, multi-millionaire. People might think I'm sucking him off, but trust me, the amount of money, this kid must have made like 50 million quid already in his career.
Also,
Tommy,
the million
I'll
quid,
fight you, bro.
the million
Exactly.
quid, the million quid that he's
10
putting
bags.
in front of him, it's more than that, isn't it, as well? It's going to result in so
Oh,
much
mate,
more than that.
more
the brand,
followers, more this,
pay-per-views
more
and-
that.
yeah.
The 1 million to get in the ring, not I'm sure you'll be getting pay-per-view points.
Pay-per-view.
I'm sure he'll be getting brand deals to fuck on his shorts and everything else. He is being, what he doesn't realise is Jake Paul's doing the biggest favour of his life and he's going, nah, I want more.
And isn't it a disgrace when you think about, like, even you, for example, you're slogging, you're training, you're working hard, and this prick is saying, I'm not fighting for £1 million. Who do you think you are?
He's had 10 fights.
I know there's guys fought for world titles and not got £1 million. So I mean,
Exactly.
I think I can speak for a lot of. Well, I'm just talking about British fighters. Like any fighters at that sort of British level, whatever, in your whatever country level, like £1 million is a lot of money because you don't get that sort of.
So
money.
what, a world title fight won't necessarily
Oh,
secure you?
No
a
way,
million-
mate.
No.
Do you think
Not
Lawrence
at all.
Okoli just got £1 million for that?
No.
Not a chance.
No.
Not even.
This is what
I
I'm
bet you
saying.
Lawrence Okoli didn't even get half a million for that.
It's like
See what I mean?
to turn
Yeah.
down
It's
£1 million
terrible.
is like to any boxer is like it's mind blown.
It is a lot of money.
It's of course it is. I think for a lot of anybody, it's
Yeah.
£1 million a lot of money.
I mean, just to be,
So-
I'm thinking like, right, so in the UFC, you often see the disclosed payments, and I know there's other things going on, but like, people who fight Conor McGregor are lucky to make £1 million. You
saw
know what
a
I mean? That's
disgraceful
the
one
level
in the
that this
UFC.
is. This to get that offer is just insane.
I saw a terrible one in the UFC. Do you know the French fellow, Cyril,
Cyril Gone. Yeah,
got 300 grand for that
Yeah,
fight?
but this is the thing.
Surprise-
Check this out.
surprise-
Cyril Gone, interim heavyweight champion of the UFC. He is one of heavyweights are well paid. So even though he's an interim champ, or whatever, that is a big paycheck by UFC standards. So
Is it?
Tommy Fury is saying no. Tommy Fury will never get near a world title. He won't even be. All he'll do is look at his brother's world titles. So the fact that UFC fighters are fighting for way less than that for world title level shows how lucky he is.
Let's play devil's advocate. Let's say Tommy takes the fight. He wins in this scenario.
Yeah,
Does he gain
even better.
or lose
Because
more?
there's a rematch, and then he makes even more money.
No, and he'd
If
also-
you believe in yourself, then you can put. Because the second fight, sorry to
you
interrupt
call
you,
the terms.
because then you get to say, I want even more money. So if you're that confident, this is like a £5
He'd
million
also
quid.
win his fans as well.
Yeah?
But let's say he wins, could he potentially lose so much respect within the sport of boxing that his career is then
If he wins.
null and void?
No.
If you-
If you
Like,
win,
is,
surely.
is there again? This isn't my opinion.
No, I hear you,
You know
because
what I'm saying?
I've heard Vidal talk like this about, those kind of fights, and he goes, I don't want to go down that road. But the point is Vidal can't say that because he's an extremely high-level boxer who wants to be taken seriously.
Exactly.
We've seen Tommy Fury is not. So I don't know. To me,
don't think-
Tommy going down that road is actually going to help him because he ain't never going to be a world title holder.
I don't think it affects him. It only enhances him.
Yeah.
Because in the boxing world, nobody talks about Tommy Fury. It's only, like you say, coming out of Love Island, he got a bit of press and people. I personally didn't know who he was until he went to Love Island. To be honest, in the boxing world, he's pretty much unknown. So, like you say, I don't think he even from coming out of that, I don't think he's got much of a fan base really. I think the girls like him. I think because he's easy on the eye. But other than that, so. And I think if he was to beat Jake Paul, I still don't think it would massively enhance he's in the boxing world either, because a lot of boxers don't really respect YouTube boxing, unfortunately.
And let's be honest, the more I've learned about boxing, the more I realise what a fucking snake pit of a fucking industry it is.
Yeah.
So fuck respect. I want me £1 million in the bank. You know what I mean?
It should be easy payday for him, really.
Yeah.
If it's meant to be that much of an easy fight, like we've said.
In terms of exploring this, there actually isn't a reason for him not to take the fight aside from being scared. There is no other reason.
Nah. He knows this is insane money. I have no idea who the fuck's advising him, but bloody hell.
It's a protection job, like the decision for Campbell Hatton today.
Yeah.
That decision is one of, we've got someone here who, like you says, all the women tune into BT Sport, which, you know, Frank Warren's cards are rarely great. You know, the numbers on that must be dwindling a little bit. And if you keep him, you keep a section of your audience for, let's say he's got a 3-year contract with them. Like maybe they're thinking and Frank Warren's gone to him, bruv, if you lose this, we're fucked.
But
like, your whole shit's fucked.
Yeah,
like,
it is, and that would be right. But the point is you can continue fighting for Frank Warren as long as you want. You ain't never making that kind of money. So you either risk it now and get £1 million guaranteed, or you fanny on with Frank Warren.
That's the thing. He could fight 5 bums or 10 bums for the next 3 years and probably make more than that over that period of time.
I'd be surprised.
And you know what I mean? He's probably thinking...
But it's $1 million to step in the ring, isn't it? It's so much more than $1 million. It's so much more.
I hear what you're saying, though. I've got no doubt that they probably are thinking that.
But just association
Exactly.
with the Paul brothers is success. Just association. Just simply being in a ring with them.
Your Instagram blows up.
Yeah,
your
followers.
He could do a YouTube channel. Like, there's a whole load of stuff that he could do that he will make loads more money.
It's so
on.
much more than 1 million. It's so much more than 1 million.
And if he hadn't done Love Island, we can all say these things that I'm trying to chuck into the argument about. Maybe he's thinking about the sport of boxing. Maybe he's thinking about this.
He's been on Love Island.
He wouldn't have went on
There's
Love
no
Island.
integrity. There's no integrity to the man. The man has no integrity. He's been on Love Island. You can't talk about your principle and your commitment and your ethos.
You can't act like you're a serious boxer when you go on Love Island. Like, shut the fuck up.
Right, no,
you know, you're 6'1". You look like a chiseled fucking Greek god, and yet you couldn't get a fucking MMA fighter who was half your size out of there in his first fucking boxing match, practically.
Yeah.
Like, that was an embarrassing fight, that, for him. And obviously Logan came on the show and said, you know, I had a fucking 45-day fucking bender, came back and stopped the kid in 1 round, and this is the one who gave him all them problems, you know what I mean? So Tommy's being exposed, and he needs to stop it. Like, he needs to put his nuts on the line now, I feel, and go, yeah, all right, I'll fight you, before it becomes... Because what you don't want to do is not get the money and become a joke. Then that's really
Also,
bad.
you have to ask about his mental state when he's doing that shit in clubs and that.
Mate, I also...
Is this guy serious?
I got to admit...
Do you know what I mean? Is he serious?
You know what? I reckon that clip goes out and there's 10 other clubs that go, I want that in my bar on Saturday night. I want him for however many...
Yeah, they'll pay 50 grand.
Yeah,
to
because
come in, I
because
guess.
girls will go in and go, and obviously, you know, guys will go along and go, yeah, I'll get a look at this guy.
What are they thinking? I'm turning this into what the fuck the girls are thinking, looking at him. But like,
Well,
to me,
if you're a woman,
the
what are you
fuck-
thinking when you look at Tommy Fury?
I'm looking at this fucking...
I'm sitting there.
I think they think he's
sitting there.
I think he's a plank.
If you're Charlie,
I don't think anyone- I think they think he's a perp.
if you're Charlie Nicholas's daughter, what are you thinking?
Genuinely though, like, know, if your daughter's there, you're like,
said
the
that,
fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of that club and stop looking at that fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You're one of those 60-year-old dads of these girls who goes, what are you doing? in
I'd
that
come
bar?"
wading through the crowd, mate.
Yeah,
I'd just
literally.
higher
Come
on
on,
my
love.
shoulder, I'm going fucking home. What the fuck's wrong with you?
It's Fat Joe's.
Tommy fucking Fury. At least look at a good boxer. Do you know what I mean?